You guys have any questions about the stuff?
Nah.
No, you sure? Okay.
Yeah, you gotta take it though.
I'll hear out any questions or complaints or whatever you got.
I do have complaints.
Okay, I'll listen.
I asked the other girl.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how this has anything to do with St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, we think every day's a good day for Jesus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But like, what does it have any relevance to? Because it's just making you guys look bad.
Oh, well, I guess that's in the eye of the beholder. Some people think we look good. I don't really care how I look. I just like to exalt Jesus because he saved my life.
Okay, Slave, that's a good enough answer, but how many people do you convert in this whole thing?
I don't know. We've gotten out several, like a bunch of these. Many people have heard. Hard to say, you know.
But probably not that many because people are just trying to have fun, and then you're like, killing a baby is no way to Planned Parenthood. Like, that's icky.
Yeah, I know. It's super icky.
I mean, I told her, the lady that talked to me earlier, like, she seemed very nice, but those signs do not seem nice at all.
I know. We live in a holocaust of child sacrifice, and babies are being murdered every day.
But it's the signs that are not cool. Like, everybody's having a good time, and it's like,
yeah, everybody's having
punishing all these people that probably didn't abort a baby. You're punishing them just because they wanted to go to a place.
I don't see it as punishing, but rather like exposing the Holocaust that we all have tolerated all this time. Yeah,
just
like 3,000 babies die a day in the United States. That's a lot.
They're not babies.
Well, they would disagree.
If they could speak.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say because you're already born, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't love your neighbor very well. What about them? Who's going to speak for them?
I love my neighbor who can't afford a baby and is going to have to go to... Because people who say pro-life don't want to take care of those babies after they're born.
What do you mean, after they're born? Like,
if I had a baby right now, I could not support that baby. So who's going to help me take care of that baby so that they have a good life and they don't hate their life because they're poor as fuck?
Well, there's plenty of people who would help you. Also, it's still better than murdering.
Who?
Plenty of churches and crisis pregnancy centers and stuff.
Okay.
A lot of charities.
Where?
You want specifics? Why do you have a baby? I don't think you're asking in good faith.
I love that.
Fine, Evergreen Baptist Church in Bixby.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a baby that you can't take care of or something?
Maybe.
Okay, I don't think that you really do. You're just trying to test me.
I don't have a baby.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So.
But it's very likely that one day I might.
Yeah. So.
And the reason why I would turn to abortion is because I can't take care of it. So I'd like to know the specifics of what would help me not need to go to that last resort.
So you think that?
I think a lot of people who get abortions, that's not their. Oh, I had unprotected sex and I want no repercussions. I think it's I had unprotected sex, I'm in this situation, and I don't know how else to get out of it. And that's what I would be in if I got pregnant, so I'd like to know those resources.
I get it. So you think that you're going to be poor, and your baby might be poor, so it's better to murder your baby? That's not the right answer. The right answer is to trust in Jesus Christ and watch Him provide for you through your life.
I'm not saying that my baby would be poor. I'm saying that my baby would not have a good quality of life.
So just kill him, right?
No, I'm asking you for the specifics on the resources since you said that they exist.
Sure. Would you like my email address? We can talk about it?
Sure.
Awesome. It's on the bottom of this. Yeah. There's plenty of resources available, especially for newborns. Like newborns get snapped up by adoptive families just like that. The foster care system is full of older children, and it's very expensive and costly and difficult to adopt older children. A lot of the time because they're raised by people who think that it's just fine to murder children, and so it doesn't matter to them if they abuse children as well.
But they were born into that.
Right. They were born, but I don't think it's better to kill them. I think we should take care of them and love them. You know what I mean? And I don't think that you have very much love in your heart for these children who are threatened with death.
I do have love in my heart.
Well, then why do you want to kill the baby if you think you maybe can't afford him?
I just think it's funny that you're coming out here saying that we're doing this for all love, and then you're accusing me of having no love in my heart.
You're the one who said it. You're the one who said that you'd rather kill the baby rather than raise the one if you think you can't afford him. Yeah, I didn't say it for you. You said it.
I did not. I said that I would like those resources in case I have gone to.
So you didn't say that if you ended up with a baby that you can't afford, you'd probably abort. You didn't say that?
I did because I don't want them to have no love. But then you said that there were these resources where they could get love, and I was ready to go on that.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
I don't think you want to change my mind. I think you just want to argue with me.
What you, it's if you say a thing and then I react to it, but then you change it later, that's not my fault. So I'm glad to hear that you didn't mean it. That's good.
I'd love to not have to abort a future baby.
Nobody is going to force you to abort. It's not legal for anybody to put a gun to your head and force you to abort a child.
That's why I asked what those resources was, and you told me.
But the lack of resources doesn't force anybody to do a thing. You need to trust in the Lord God and watch Him provide for you. Do you love Jesus?
Is He going to provide for my baby?
Yes. Do you love Jesus?
Yeah.
You do? Then how is abortion a live option for you if you love Jesus?
Because Jesus doesn't say shit about fetuses.
Yeah, He does.
No, He doesn't.
You don't know the Word of God well.
I do too.
Really?
Quote it.
Okay, so you're aware that in the book of Exodus, the death penalty is given under the law of God for anybody who would abort a child. Did you know that?
Quote it, word for word.
Exodus chapter 21. If any two men are struggling, and somebody, or if a woman is injured in the course of like a violent struggle, and then somebody strikes the woman such that her baby comes out dead, then you are to give the assailant the death penalty.
Oh, that is so.
You weren't aware of that, were you? You didn't know it, did you?
I was aware of that.
Really?
Because it's a law, right?
What chapter was it in?
Exodus.
What chapter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't sound like you were aware.
I was aware.
Okay, so why did you ask me to quote it if you already knew
Are
it?
you going to argue with me, or do you want to have a real conversation?
Well, why are you lying?
Do you want to have a conversation with me, or do you want to argue with me?
Sure. Would you explain why you lied?
I did not lie.
Okay, you said you knew,
Just
but then
because
you
I
didn't
didn't know what chapter it was from doesn't mean that I didn't know
But then
it.
you said you knew it.
I did know it, because it's a law today.
All right. So are you aware of
It's a law today. No,
Are you-
listen to me. It's a law today that if you kill a pregnant woman, that's double count of homicide.
Sometimes, yeah.
As it should be.
Okay.
Because you are taking that without any choice of anyone. You're taking it. You're taking that life. I get that. But that is not a good enough excuse to say that God does not accept abortion, because that is saying that, yeah, if you murder someone and they have a baby in their belly, that is viable to term. Of course, that's another human life. I'm not even going to sit here and argue with you about abortion. I get it. I was raised very Christian, and I get it. I get it.
Okay.
I understand more than anything about how whenever I hear someone saying that they're pro-life, against abortion, I can't argue with you on your beliefs on that. Like, I get it.
Okay.
It's hard to argue.
It is hard to argue because the baby is human and abortion is murder.
For sure.
And if you argue in favor of abortion, then you argue in favor of murder, which is a bad look.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
get
I
that.
wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to be like, I think it's fine to rape women. Like, that would be a bad take. You know what I'm saying?
But if you did rape a woman and she gets pregnant, then she should keep that, and she should carry it to term and give birth to
well,
it.
there's two separate things, right?
No, it's not separate. How is it separate?
Well, because it's two separate actions. The rapist should be executed by the state after a fair trial. I think we can probably agree on that. Do you agree?
But then a woman should carry it 9 months of just
So
a constant
the second
reminder of
question
the rape
is,
that happened.
The second question is, the baby, is it the baby's fault? Obviously not.
No.
Do we then kill the baby because of the crimes of his father? Also, no.
Okay.
So now, yes, it's true that the baby is in the womb of his mother, which is where we all were, you know, but we don't answer an act of violent oppression with another act of violent oppression against another innocent party. You know what I mean?
I get you.
We're supposed
That's
to love.
a good enough point. The point that I'm trying to make here is that, what are you guys trying to do here?
Oh,
I've just wasted your time, because I'm not going to change my mind, and I've just wasted your time here.
Oh.
And nobody is ever going to think, oh, we saw that very graphic image of a fetus, and now, you know what, I'm going to keep this baby. No one has ever thought that. And
That's
I
not
just
true.
wasted your time here.
That's
no,
not true.
it is true.
How would you know? I know people who have turned away because of it.
Because of this?
Yes.
On St. Patrick's Day?
No, on other days.
Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing special about St. Patrick's Day
But then why are you here?
because it's a day to exalt Jesus in public with a lot of people.
I think that you're turning more people away from Jesus.
How would you know? Have you done any surveys?
Have you?
Nope, but that doesn't matter. Also, do you remember how you told me before that you loved Jesus? And remember how that was a lie?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you lie to me?
Because I was raised in the Christian faith,
Okay.
hardcore Church of Christ.
Okay.
I get that, and then it's people like you that's made me turn away from it.
Why? What have I done to turn you
You're
away from
here
anything?
on St. Patrick's
So
Day,
what? What's the big
bogging
deal?
everybody's vibe.
What are you talking about? How have I robbed anybody's vibe? There's still people drinking. You're still acting like a silly person. Everybody's
And
silly.
they're all talking shit on all of you.
I don't care. I couldn't care less.
Okay.
So how am I wrecking anybody's vibe? So what?
Because when I think, you know what, I was raised this way, I miss my connection to God. Because I do sometimes.
Yeah.
I miss my connection to God because I haven't felt that way since I was a kid. And then I come across something like this and I think, well, maybe it's a good thing that I miss my connection.
Why? What's so bad about somebody going out and saying that abortion is murder and Jesus is Lord and Jesus forgives sinners? What's so bad about that?
Jesus forgives sinners, so why are you out here saying it's
Because I want
murder?
people to accept His forgiveness. What's so bad about
People
that?
are really murdered.
I know. Little babies are murdered. Adults are murdered. If people love Jesus, they won't murder.
Look me in my eyes and tell me that you think that it's the same thing as if he were to pull out a gun and shoot me in the head. It's the same thing as
Yes,
abortion.
it's the same thing.
All right.
You don't really miss your connection to God?